Hi guys, welcome to Lindy's Stamp Gang Lovin Lindy Hop, and today I'm going to be sharing with you these Valentine's Day cards that I created. And to let you know, the paper that I'm using is the K & Company. It is the K & Company Valentine Sweetheart Collection, and it's these beautiful vintage papers. So let's get started. This is a 3x3 card, and all the bases of the cards I use craft paper, and I lined inside with just white cardstock for the greeting. And this card measures 3x3. So this is the pattern paper, the heart paper that I used, and I used the golden sleigh bells in the spray, and I sprayed it on the paper to give it that it's a nice beautiful vintage gold color, and it gives this really beautiful shimmer. Hopefully the camera can get it. And I used my paper rosette, and I sprayed that as well with the golden sleigh bells. And then I added some glossy accents to the outside of the rosette, and I dipped it in some of this colored I guess they call it diamond dust, and it looks like this. So I dipped the rosette's edges in this colored diamond dust. This is actually white seam binding, and to give it that vintage gold look, again I used the golden sleigh bells. I just sprayed it in different areas of the seam binding, and then I heat set it with my heat gun, but I crinkled the ribbon a little bit so it gives it that texture. Then I had a heart button here. I threaded some small twine in the center, and I glued that on top of the card. So this is the first card that I made, and the only color that I used here was the golden sleigh bells. So I sprayed it in the background to give it that vintage look. I also sprayed it all over the rosette, and also I sprayed it on the seam binding. So that's my first card. This is my second card, another 3x3. Here's some pattern paper, and the color that I used in the background, just to give it that really just subtle gold shimmer, I used the Glitz Spritz, and this is the Desert Moon Cactus Gold. Now the Glitz Spritz are basically just colored sprays that gives you that nice how do I explain this? It gives you a colored shimmer. It doesn't really color your paper. It gives you whatever color that the bottle says. Like this one is gold, so it gives you that gold shimmer. So it's just very subtle, but it's still there, and I use that all over the background. I added some lace, some pearls, some pattern paper that I just stamped XOXO, and for the flower here I used the Gator Gumbo Olive spray. It's this one here, Gator Gumbo Olive, and I love this color because it's a kind of like a deep green, but it has this gold shimmer to it. So that's what I used. And then for the flower, on the brown one right here, I used the dark chocolate truffle, and this is a very deep chocolatey brown that has a gold shimmer to it, and it's really beautiful. I don't know if you can see that right there. This white flower here, I just took a paintbrush and I dipped it into the cotton candy pink, and I just lightly dusted the petals, the tips of the petals of the rose, and it gives this nice soft baby pink and a silver shimmer. So that is what I used for this card. That's card number 2. Okay, and this is the third card, just your standard A2 size card. I used again the Desert Moon Cactus Gold on the background of the paper, just to give it that soft, subtle shimmer. And then on this pattern paper, I used the golden sleigh bells, and again it's that vintage gold shimmer look, and you can see there, you can totally see the shimmer on that spray. Really beautiful. I added this printout, this die cut in the paper collection, and I matted it with this brown paper, but it is also covered in the dark chocolate truffle, so it gives me that nice deep brown gold shimmer. I added some jute rope, there's the heart button, and some lace doily paper trim right there. So this is card number 3. Here is card number 4, and here is the pattern paper, and again for that nice gold shimmer on the paper I used the Desert Moon Cactus Gold. You'll see that this is one of my favorite golds to use. This is just some felt trim that I used the golden sleigh bells dauber, and I just daubed it all over the felt, and it gave it that vintage look. Here, back here on this frame here, I used my Nestabilities die, and I stained it with the cotton candy pink. For the flowers, again with the leaves, I used the Gator Gumbo Olive on these 2 leaves here. You can see the beautiful shimmer. The 2 mini roses, again I used the Desert Moon Cactus Gold just to add that gold shimmer to the roses. And I sprayed also that gold all over this white gardenia flower. I added this cute little puffy glittery heart, and this I just picked up from Michael's. Added some brads, and this is card number 3. Okay, card number 4. With this pattern paper, I actually used the golden sleigh bells spray, and I sprayed it all over the pattern paper. You can see the gold right there. Very pretty. This is another die cut in the collection. Here's some more felt trim, and here is a paper rosette that I created. I sprayed it with the Desert Moon Cactus Gold, and I got the golden sleigh bells stain, and I just touched the edges of the rosette to distress it a little bit. Here's a little lace trim that I tied in a bow, and there is a white gardenia that I sprayed with the Desert Moon Cactus Gold. There is again that heart button with the twine wrapped inside. So this is my card number 5, and this is my last card. Really cute. It says, "Just sitting here thinking of you." I had used this Hero Art stamp set, and let me just show you real quick. It's this one right here, and it is called "Wish You Were Here." I used this couch right there, that chair. I stamped it on the pattern paper, and I cut it out. I placed it on top of one of my paper rosettes, and I colored again the paper rosette with the golden sleigh bells. I sprayed that all over the rosette. On the background, again on the pattern paper, I sprayed the Desert Moon Cactus Gold. Here's some white seam binding that I sprayed the Desert Moon Cactus Gold. I scrunched it up and I heat set it with my heat gun. Then I just glued the heart button embellishment in the center. This right here is a Nestabilities frames die. I cut some pattern paper. I stamped the sentiment "Just Sitting Here Thinking of You" in white embossing powder. So that's how I did that. And this would make card 6. So I really love using the sprays as just to add some shimmer to the background, and I love painting it on flowers just to give those embellishments a certain pop. So these are my cards that I made for the blog hop, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. Bye.